Outside of Dark Souls, Silent Hill has easily had the biggest impact on me. The music, the presentation, the atmosphere, all of it is palpable, it's tense, it's insane. It's a truly horrifying series well worth playing. I like the series so much I can play Theme of Laura on guitar from heart. Hey gamer girls, it's Gunty, and today we are talking about the recent leaks of the Silent Hill 2 remake that is supposedly in the works. So some Silent Hill 2 remake screenshots apparently leaked. Now don't get too excited, usually when it comes to Silent Hill stuff it's kind of a red herring. Konami really doesn't want to develop a whole lot of their primary IPs. Castlevania, Metal Gear Solid, Silent Hill, it all falls under this umbrella of stuff they don't really want to work on because it's not super profitable. I've done a couple of videos on possible Silent Hill games in the past coming to light, but again, nothing's come to fruition yet. It doesn't look good, but this is some concrete stuff we haven't really seen. From the screenshots, we can see what looks to be an HD remake of Silent Hill 2 in a third-person configuration. There's some screenshots showing James, and it does look pretty legit. It looks relatively real. Granted, fans can do a lot of stuff. There's a lot of things out there with Blender, After Effects. Fans can make some pretty convincing fake leaks. The optimist in me desperately wants these to be real and desperately wants that upcoming Konami press release to talk about this game and announce that it's going to be released. But more than likely this game is probably in some form of development hell. But it is good to see that possibly someone is working on this at a high level, enough to where they have screenshots of early development of the game, which is really exciting to see. Whether or not this is real or not, it's all speculation. Hopefully we learn something new at the Tokyo Game Show. Likely if they are going to announce something related to this, it'll come then. But until then, we can just kind of cross our fingers and wait. Honestly, I'm excited about it. I like the idea of remaking Silent Hill 2 instead of trying to remake Silent Hills without Kojima. I think that game was really the product and the brainchild of Kojima, and to try and do it without him really wouldn't do the game justice. So going back and changing up some of the old games I think is interesting. One issue I have with it is I don't like the third-person camera they're going with. Now I know Resident Evil has switched to that. They've updated their games to be more modern, to meet modern standards, to be more playable to new gamers and people coming into the franchise. But I think that works with Resident Evil just because it does have a much greater action focus. To me, Silent Hill isn't so much about action, it's about atmosphere, story, and just genuine horror. And I think that the third-person action style camera perspective kind of hurts that type of game. And I think part of the charm of the Silent Hill game and what really added to it were those clunky controls and fixed camera angles. I think it allowed the game to seem far more surreal than it actually is. You had to fight the game itself to play it. You had to get around those cumbersome controls, and it really felt like you were in a different world, in a world that was hostile, that's not fun to be in. It's not supposed to be exciting and fun. It's supposed to be a dreadful experience you kind of have to trudge through just as the characters do. And I think to put the camera behind them and to make it a third-person shooter really takes away from that. But that being said, beggars can't be choosers, and ultimately I'm excited to see what Konami does. Hopefully they do something. I mean, the fan backlash has been insane for Silent Hill stuff, Metal Gear stuff, Castlevania stuff, and I think this is the closest we've gotten to actually getting anything out of them. But what do you guys think? Are you guys excited about these leaks? Do you believe? Do you not believe? What do you think about the camera perspective? Do you think it should go back to the classic one? Let me know in the comments down below. And if you like this video and you've watched to the end here, please consider subscribing. It helps me out a lot. And with that, I think I'll see you guys in the next one. Later.